So some of the things I'm most excited to see in the 24-25 season are the new and improved Nashville Predators, Bedard's Brigade in Chicago now with the improvements. Can one of Buffalo, Detroit, or Ottawa finally break their droughts and make it to the playoffs? Ovi and Pierre-Luc Dubois together, and MacKinnon versus McDavid, but also MacKinnon and McDavid. McDavid is often called the best player in the world, and in my opinion for good reason, but last regular season I think it was clear that MacKinnon was the best player in the world until the playoffs started. We know what McDavid did. It was absolutely historic, and he's got an incredibly rare Conn Smythe on a losing team to show for it. But MacKinnon more than deserved the Hart Trophy. 51 goals, 140 points. It was one of the most dominant regular season performances I've ever seen. And it's not like he flamed out in the playoffs either. He was way over a point a game. And I know Oiler fans are going to say that the season before McDavid got 150 points. And yes, that's totally understood. But for the 23-24 season, I also understand why a lot of people were calling MacKinnon the best player in the world at that time. And that's also what the Hart and Ted Lindsay trophies represent anyways. So coming into this year, yeah, it's going to be unreal to see these guys go up against each other. The Oilers and Avs play each other 3 times in the year. And also just who's going to have the more elite season. I know quite a few people are going to say, who cares? What matters is the playoffs. And yeah, to a certain extent, I agree. That's by far the best hockey of the year is playoff time. But we watch this league to see the best in the world go up against each other and how they stack up against one another. And when you've got two guys like this who are just at the height of their powers, they're both absolute popcorn. Yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. What's going to take that to the next level this year, though, is that knock on wood, they're going to get to play together for Team Canada. We haven't seen that since they played for Team North America in 2016. They've both played for Canada at the World Championships at different times, and there was some crossover before they made it to the NHL, but now we get to see them not only in the primes of their careers, but they're probably the best 2 players in the world. One's coming off a monster Hart Trophy season, the other's coming off a monster playoffs for the history books. There's a decent chance we won't see them on the same line. A lot of people are talking about that all Nova Scotia line, Marchand, Crosby, MacKinnon together, but I assume those lines will get jumbled up a little bit throughout the tournament, and they'll probably get some power play time together, almost guaranteed. I know there's been quite a bit of focus on Crosby and MacKinnon or Crosby and McDavid, but loading up with MacKinnon and McDavid on the same line, I just want to see even just for a little bit. That would be ridiculous. Could you imagine Crosby left wing, McDavid in the middle, and MacKinnon on the right? Imagine being a shutdown D-man on the other team, seeing those 3 come over the boards together. And I'm not sure we've seen anything like it since Gretzky and Lemieux at the 87 Canada Cup. Crosby and Iginla together in 2010 was pretty cool, or Crosby and Taves in 2014 when they were both pretty much top of their games, but still, even with the cups those two had between them in 2014, I'm not sure that compares to how good McDavid and MacKinnon are right now. And don't get me wrong, there are a ton of other exciting team-ups at this tournament too. We're going to talk about them as the year goes along. Whether it's the Tkachuk brothers or Matthews and Jack Hughes, Pettersson and Nylander, Barkov and Rantanen, like those are pretty sweet if you're a hockey fan, but I think the McDavid-MacKinnon one is just going to be on another level. And I know that given that there's only 4 teams playing in this thing, quite a few people aren't that excited about it. We've already seen some players show some discontent about it, and I get it. It's not like the full experience of, say, an Olympics or something like that. But still, with the players who've already been announced to be going, with where the league is today in terms of offense and skill, even just compared to like 10 years ago, plus the fact that we haven't seen something like this in a long time, I honestly think it's going to be really fun, especially compared to the alternative, which would have been another all-star weekend. Oh, I'm excited to read your answers about this. Other than McDavid and MacKinnon, what are your top 3 duos or team-ups that you'd be most excited to see at this tournament? For me, it's got to be the Tkachuk brothers, Pettersson and Nylander, and Gary Bettman in Quebec City. Man, I wish that last one was real. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want more like this, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe. I might do updated versions of my projecting Team Canada and Team USA for this tournament, and also I haven't done Finland and Sweden yet. Hope you guys are enjoying your summer. Still a few weeks left of it. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.